I'm Bill Tush, and we're standing outside the Warner Brothers store here in Times Square, and the reason for that is because inside there's a gathering. It's sort of a cast reunion from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Remember those kids, those 5 kids that won the golden tickets to get to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory? Well, they're all grown up, and they're here to mark the 30th anniversary of that film that is now out on DVD. We're going to find out all about it. And while we make our way into the store, another William Shakespeare play has made its way onto film.
Some things are timeless.
I love that girl.
Emotions like love and jealousy.
Look, is she cheating on me or not?
But treachery is the name of the game as the new movie O takes William Shakespeare's Othello from the battlefield to the high school campus. Though the setting and language are contemporary, the human condition hasn't changed.
He takes an emotion and he explores it pretty fully, you know, like jealousy, envy, concept like evil. And plotline is timeless.
What's up, man? Why you tripping?
He wrote very complex human beings with a full gamut of emotions, insecurities, vulnerabilities, and power.
You should watch your girl, bro. I mean, she and Mike spend an awful lot of time together.
The stakes are high, and these kids are in a pressure cooker of an environment, and basketball is a pressure-filled situation for Othello because that's what's going to get him where he wants and allow him to succeed.
I don't know if it's true or not, but Mike told me that him and Desi were together last night.
The movie's been plagued by controversy. Shot in 1999, its release date was pushed following the massacre at Columbine High School, and disputes and legal claims resulted in Miramax selling O to the independent Lionsgate studio.
Taking a Shakespearean tragedy like Othello and setting it in the milieu of high school basketball is, at first glance, a really silly notion. What makes it a serious notion, and what makes this film suddenly quite credible, is that in our country, kids have been shooting one another in high school. That made this film suddenly a challenge that I wanted to take on. I made the film because of high school violence.
The actors say the movie doesn't glorify violence, but is a faithful adaptation of Shakespeare's tragedy to today's culture.
This film, it can be used as a metaphor in a sense to what's going on in kids' lives.
If he comes at me again, I swear I'll kill him.
We didn't want to glorify guns or violence. In this movie, you feel the gravity of decisions that these characters make.
Watch her. They're not just gonna come clean.
But be prepared to borrow from another of the Bard's works, something wicked this way comes. Lauren Hunter, CNN Entertainment News, Hollywood.
Charlie Bucket.
Well, well, Charlie Bucket. I read all about you in the papers. I'm so happy for you.
Charlie Bucket is all grown up, and he grew up to be Peter Ostrom, and here he is. And there's your picture back there. Am I allowed to ask you how old you were, Peter, when you did this movie?
I was 12 and turned 13 during the filming.
And you were, as you told me a little earlier we were talking, you were working in the Cleveland Playhouse.
Correct.
And that's how you got the role.
Right, home of Joel Grey and Margaret Hamilton.
I had to test you, Charlie, and you passed the test.
You have not pursued acting after doing a classic film.
It was my one and only film.
If you're going to do one, it might as well be Willy Wonka, right?
That's correct.
Peter Ostrom today is a veterinarian working way upstate New York.
Way upstate.
With dairy cows.
Dairy cows, correct.
Okay, but this is fun to come back and celebrate the 30th anniversary.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely fun to come back to Manhattan.
Yeah, why not? Charlie Bucket, in real life, Peter Ostrom, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to go talk to Dan Aykroyd now. There's a guy that did pursue an acting career.
This crazy girl who smokes opium makes up a story, and Fitzgerald plants the jewels in my apartment.
There's a word for people who think everyone is conspiring against them.
That's right, perceptive.
Woody said he wanted to work with you for a long time, but he was waiting for the right part. Mm-hmm. Did you want to work with him for a long time?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any actor or actress in this business that would not want to work with Woody Allen, and those that have would come back in a second, so sure. And it just evolved to this point where he felt that I was the right part for the cad, heel, irresponsible, horrible, sexually harassing boss.
Yeah, that's not very flattering.
Well, I'm an actor. You know, I can do anything. Sir, I believe they'll try to hit us where it'll hurt us the most. Pearl Harbor.
You're everywhere. But it feels like you're everywhere right now.
Well, the Pearl Harbor and the evolution and the